Good morning, partners. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you are all safe and healthy. The COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted all facets of our lives and livelihood. Businesses have been forced to employ quick fixes and workarounds in order to survive and thrive in the new normal. At the heart of this need for organizations to reinvent is the important role of technology. We need to utilize available technology so that we would be able to sustain relationships, improve collaboration, enhance customer engagement, transform businesses, find new revenue streams, and most importantly, survive in the post-pandemic era. What we are about to launch is a recognized brand who's been at the forefront of audio conference speakerphones, high-definition video conference cameras, and web conferencing cameras. Our presenters will give you a walkthrough of the products, and we will also do a live demo after. We are excited to show you how the solutions will bring your online collaboration to new heights. And to jumpstart our event, allow me to introduce the man who's been scouting and hunting for the best brands in the industry so that we can offer them to you partners. Our very own President and CEO, Mr. Jimmy Go, for the opening remarks.
Good morning. Well, first of all, thank you again for joining us in another of our virtual launch. I think this is going to be the new normal because of the COVID-19 pandemic, okay? We have never attended so much webinars, Zoom meeting, MS Team meeting, or WebEx meeting in our lives. I think this pandemic has really changed so many things. And because of this crisis, I think we need new tools, okay? And that's the reason why we are launching today the Tenveo collaboration solutions. They are very effective and useful in collaborations with Zoom, Teams, or WebEx, okay? So we have a series of, wired and wireless speakers, different kinds of camera that can be connected even to those large format display and that are very, very cost effective. So I hope that you all could really help us promote this product, and I believe that it's a solutions that can help your partner. Again, thank you very much for joining in this event. Thank you, and see you again in our more events to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Jimmy. Indeed, there is really a big opportunity for the solutions that we are going to launch today. As mentioned by Sir Jimmy a while ago, every day we have a lot of invitations for webinars. No? Even church activities are also done online. Town hall meetings are conducted online. I saw a newscast wherein Munsod was actually educating the senior citizens on how to use Zoom meetings. So, I think most of the, even online concerts are done online as well. Rather, concerts are done online as well. So the solutions that we are going to launch today, there really is a big opportunity to get additional revenue. And okay, with that, allow me to call on Johnson. He is joining us today from China. Johnson is the Tenveo sales manager. He'll give us the congratulatory message. Go ahead, Johnson. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is Johnson. I'm glad to be invited by Arlene and take this short video. Thanks for having me today. It's my honor to be here with all you guys. I come from Tenveo headquarters in Shenzhen, China, and Tenveo is an audio and video conference solution supplier since 2011. VST ECS is one of the leading IT distributors in Philippines. Actually, we launched the distribution partnership with them by the end of the June 2020. They will be the exclusive distributor of our brand in Philippine market and carry out all the cross-border delivery and deepen service cooperation with the sub-channel partners. As you know, 2020 is destined to be an extraordinary year. the situation of a global epidemic is changing every day. I think it's both challenging and an opportunity for all of us. In the future cooperation, we will continue to adhere to the market-oriented and consumer-centric. In the broad marketing channels all over the world, we will try our best to establish more and more lasting community of interest and constantly introduce new and high-quality products to the market. I hope that we can join hands and embrace the new challenges and opportunities facing us and make a new life together. Lastly, I wish this event complete success. Take care and stay safe. Let's keep in touch. And thanks for watching.
Thank you, Johnson. Okay, at this point, we will now proceed to the meat of today's discussion. Allow me to call on stage, or with me, Arlene Singzon, our General Manager handling the Tenveo business, for an overview of the products that we are going to launch today. And if I may just mention, I think we will be raffling off 10 items, if I'm correct. So 10 lucky winners will have a chance to own 10 Tenveo products. Okay, so please stay with us. We will do the raffle at the end of the activity. Yes, we will do a live demo later. If you've been to our office, we have a setup downstairs, and we will do a virtual tour of the office, and at the same time show you the features of Tenveo cameras and speakerphones. With that, Arlene, come over here.
Good morning. So this is how normal looks like nowadays. But you know, normal doesn't have to be boring, and normal doesn't have to be ordinary. As we venture into new normal full of jargons and acronyms, I would like to leave you today with the new meaning of 3 dreaded letters. So ano ba yung 3 dreaded letters natin nowadays in this new normal? And that is ICU. So I'm sure all of us wouldn't want to be anywhere near those 3 letters, ICU. But let's give new meaning as with the new normal to these 3 fabulous letters. I for interoperability, C for clarity, and U for usability. And these are the pillars of our Tenveo products. So today, we will showcase to you how nice, how interoperable, how clear, and how usable this Tenveo video conferencing and speakerphone are. So sit back, relax, and sabi nga nila, galaw-galaw para yung new ICU ang maging ICU natin. So good day.
Thank you, Arlene. Just for the information of everybody, again, we will be showing you we have 4 video cameras and 3 speaker phones that we are carrying for Tenveo. But for today's presentation, we will be demonstrating the high-end model of Tenveo video camera. And to help us better understand and better appreciate the products that we are going to launch today, we have El Linugo, our product solutions engineer, technology product solutions group, for the product presentation and demonstration, which we will do after his prezo. Again, if you could please stay with us, 10 lucky winners will bring home 10 Tenveo products. Thank you, El.
All right. Thank you very much for the introduction, Sir Mau. Again, hi everyone. Good morning. Okay, I hope that you are all doing safe and just fine. All right. So let me just give me some time to set up my slide share to you. Okay, once again, good morning. My name is El Linugo. I'm a product solution engineer from VST ECS, handling most of the CTG1 products. Okay, So before I proceed with my presentation, I would just like to thank you and congratulations to you all who attended this session, okay? So prior to this presentation, we can also utilize our chat box if you have particular questions with regards to my presentation, even it's technical, please do so, okay? So as for the meantime, ipapark muna natin yung mga question nyo sa ating chat box and then puntahan natin siya later on, okay? So with regards to our presentation today, actually, I think not all of us, or maybe some of us, are already encountering these huge differences, particularly when the way we deliver our work, okay? So we are very used in terms of creating meetings, going to clients face-to-face, and even actually, the main constraint of most of our business partners nowadays are going from one place into another, especially pagkagaling ka sa provincial, papunta ka sa Maynila. So there is always this constraint because of the authority or travel authority, okay? So but with the uprising of the new technology, there is this system that identifies and gives us a hope, particularly on creating more meetings and engaging with our partners, which is called the video conferencing camera, okay? In line with my presentation today is actually discussing or giving you guys an overview on what is a video conferencing and what is its main composition, okay? And then of course, we will be tackling directly what are the Tenveo cameras, the speakerphone, and of course, where can we position these products, okay? Now, with regards to the video conferencing, I know most of you guys are very familiar with this one because ito po yung ginagamit natin. So hindi pala natin namamalayan that we are already using video conferencing even using our smartphones. Okay? Paggamit mo ng Messenger, even using Zoom, Skype, this is already called video conferencing. But actually, video conferencing has so many different definitions. But I found something on the net that is very general. Okay? If you would agree with me, video conferencing is actually a technology that enables a set of people to see and hear different people in different locations. Okay, so what does this video conferencing consist of? Okay, so we have here these components of video conferencing. So number one, of course, I know that most of you are very familiar with it, is the camera, the microphone, of course, the speaker, and the monitor. Okay, but we are not going to discuss directly or in-depth with the video conferencing components or by its principle of operation. But what we are going to discuss today are the major concerns that most of us may have already encountered. Ma'am Arlene says earlier that there is always these three words, okay, three letters that we need to remember. Number one is the ICU, okay? So what we meant by I is the interoperability. Number two is the clarity. And number three is the usability. Okay? So with the clarity, this is actually pertaining mostly pagdating doon sa ating mga resolution ng ating camera. So I know that some of you are already using your laptops, your mobile phones, but what we need to understand is that we are not limited only in this type of resolutions. So when we also talk about clarity, it is also pertaining doon sa ating sound na nadidinig. Baka nagsasalita tayo dito pero hindi pala tayo nadidinig ng kausap natin or medyo choppy siya in such a way, okay? And then another thing is, all right, I have this technology na klaro siya, malinaw siya, but napakahirap niya gamitin, okay? Because of the complexity of its features and so on, there's always this constraint na mahirap siya i-utilize, especially for a non-technical person. And of course, last but not the least, ito yung pinakamahalaga. Yes, I have this madali siyang gamitin na technology. I have this a skyrocketing or cutting edge technology pagdating sa kanyang mga feature, but it is very proprietary. I mean, what we need to understand is that we need to future-proof our equipment that we will not be engaging only into one platform. What we need to understand is that we must use our technology to integrate with different solutions. Like for example, integrating with the most common platform in the market, just shown on the screen, okay? So with Tenveo, we understand your concerns, okay? So we understand about the clarity, the usability, and of course, the integrability. Okay, sabi ko sa inyo kanina, di ba? Meron lang tayong tatlong words. Meron tayong integrability, clarity, and usability. Nako, ito pala yung ICU. Okay? So anyway, let us proceed with what Tenveo can offer to us, particularly with regards to the video conferencing camera. Okay? So with the Tenveo video conferencing camera, actually, this is a very direct to the point technology. You can treat it as just a peripheral, just like a webcam. Okay? Ibig sabihin pala niyan, madali lang siya gamitin. So it is connected via USB 3.0 and it is powered by 1080p or yung tinatawag nating high definition. And of course, it also has the capability to do a zoom in, zoom out, and pan tilt and zoom. So, sir, ang dami mo nang sinabi. Nalilito na ako. Paano ba yung gumagana? Panoorin natin tong video. Okay. So what you can see on the screen earlier is actually just the integration and the utilization of our Tenveo video conferencing camera. So if you would notice, it is very direct to the point. No? So you just need to just interface it with our workstation, with our direct compatible cameras, and you are free to go. Okay, so with the Tenveo video conferencing camera, this is actually what comes in a box. Okay. So what comes in a box actually are just the camera itself, the powerful remote control, the power supply, the USB cable, and of course, yung kanyang bracket. Okay? So let me just give you a zoom in into our video conferencing camera interfaces. If you would notice, there are very few interface at the back of our camera. So this gives us an highlight that our technology is a very direct to the point technology or equipment wherein we can just use it as it is. So if you would notice, meron siya ditong IR na slot and then meron siya ditong USB connection. And of course, with the 12 volts DC, it will be operational directly. Okay? And with our remote control, it is actually powered by different functionalities. So particularly more on the preset. Okay? And then we have here the power supply, the USB data cable, and of course, the bracket, sir. Para saan yung bracket? The bracket is actually used for ceiling mounting. I know that some of you are very confused. Bakit namin sasabi sa ceiling yan? This is actually a solution that will be discussed later on as I go on with my presentation. Okay? You agree with me? Okay, let's proceed with our presentation. But with this regard naman is yung ating tinatawag na speakerphone. Okay? So Tenveo is actually not limited on the video conferencing cameras, but it is also capable to deliver a high quality video conferencing speakerphone. So we only have two models of this one. So we have here the A3000B. Okay, so this A3000B is actually a speakerphone that is compatible with your Mac, PC, and even with your tablet or phones. Okay, so it is actually powered by this crystal clear audio, and then it is also operable even using internal battery. So ibig sabihin pala niyan, we can still utilize our Tenveo A3000B even without connecting it directly into our laptop. Okay, so ibig sabihin pala niyan, na pwede natin siyang gamitin na parang speakerphone or yung ating mga Bluetooth speaker that can be charged only 2.5 hours and use up to 4 hours of call time. Okay? So we also have here these functional buttons and echo suppression technology. Okay, please take note. With the Tenveo A3000B, we are actually equipped with the echo suppression technology. And of course, we are not limited particularly on interfacing with a USB cable or of course, we can also communicate via Bluetooth. All right? And not only that, Tenveo also offers this NA100 series. So this NA100 series actually has two models. We have here the no Bluetooth and with Bluetooth capability. So the functionality or the full functionality of the NA100 series are actually capable to integrate with your Zoom, Polycom, Skype, and even most of the common platforms or most used common platforms in the market today. Okay, it has this 3 meters pickup range, okay, and then noise cancellation technology. Okay, so with regards to our product positioning, dito po natin siya ngayon sineset up. So with our proposition, in a small conferencing room up to 24 square meter, ito po yung aming pwedeng ma-offer sa inyo. So we have here the Tenveo 3x Zoom and the NA100B. All right, that is composed of 24 square meter room size, which is actually called din namin ito na basic with Bluetooth. Okay? And of course, kapag lumalaki na yung ating meeting room, conferencing room, I know that some of us may think of a certain constraint na baka hindi na tayo magkadinigan due to the echo ng didirig natin o masyado na tayo malayo sa speaker. Okay? So with this regards, we offer to you the A3000B, okay, and the Tenveo up to 10 times Zoom capability. All right? So another thing that we can position with this regards are actually more on the telemedicine. So when we say telemedicine, this is actually talking to your doctors, having consultations with a certain patients. So what we highlight in this particular slide are the compatibility. So I know that most of us are actually using this platform like Zoom, a Google Meet, or even WebEx. Okay, so this is what we focus on. And then aside from that, it is also ideal when we use Tenveo in meeting rooms. Okay, so in meeting rooms, I know that some of you already heard of it, but with regards to this one, this is what we can offer to you: the noise cancellation technology and 360 degrees pick-up point. Kapag ka nadidinig niya yung ating sa microphone, kaya kagad niya maka-pick up ng crystal clear audio and can deliver a optimum performance at all. Okay? And of course, what we can utilize our technology is with the tele-ed. Okay? So have you heard of this, guys? So tele-ed is actually a communications between a students and a teacher coming from different locations. Okay? Wherein, dun siya nagko-conduct ng kanyang teachings from a remote locations and so on. So utilizing our technology can zoom in and zoom out into a particular point na tinuturo ng teacher. Okay? And then, since gumagamit na rin siya ng Tenveo NA100 series, we can assure that we can guarantee or assure that the pickup range is still crystal clear. Okay? So, of course, we are not limited on those scenarios. We are also capable to deliver performance or optimum performance when we offer into a large conference room. Okay? So pagka pinag-usapan po natin ang large conference room, we are not talking only about 15 packs. Okay? We are talking up to 50 to 100 persons in a certain room. Okay? So what we can offer to you is our 20 times Zoom Tenveo video conferencing camera, and of course, our top of the line A3000B series speakerphone. Okay, so that it can deliver you optimum performance, particularly on zooming in, zooming out into a certain particular attendees or even on the screen. And actually, this is not limited into a large conference room. This is actually applicable most of the churches, the events hall, and so on. All right. So to summarize my presentation, I hope that you listen well. So this is our Tenveo direct-to-the-point solutions. So we have here the A3000B speakerphone that can do or can deliver optimum performance that has echo cancellation technology or echo suppression technology and can be connected via Bluetooth or via USB. And we also have here the Tenveo video conferencing camera that can be difference based on your preference doon sa ating zooming capability. And of course, we also have here this NA100 series that can be used as a speakerphone, maybe for your personal use, for your work, and so on. All right? So, guys, with regards to our discussion earlier, I hope that you listen well. So, as I've mentioned, as Sir Mau mentioned, that we have here this our live demo or live demonstration. We are actually utilizing Tenveo video conferencing camera for quite some time when we do certain events. But now, let me just give you a sample application in a large conference area. Okay? So, are you guys ready? All right. So, tara, samahan niyo ako.
Thank you, El. We have a question from Gerald. Will the teleconferencing camera turn to the person talking? Or example, you have 4 individuals in the conference room. Well, it turned to the one presently speaking. There is actually, allow me to answer this. There is actually a panning function of the video camera, and through the remote, you can move or direct rather the camera to the person who is currently speaking. I hope I am able to answer that question, Arlene. Yep, there is a panning function of the cameras, and conveniently you can do it with the remote control. Again, once again, thank you, El. As mentioned by our very own speaker, El Linugo, we have a specific solution depending on the need of the client. And I think it's important for us to understand the specific requirement of the customer so that we would be able to recommend the appropriate solution. As mentioned by El, particularly for speakers, depending on the size of the room, depending on the size of the conference room, we have a specific model for that, okay? Again, as mentioned by Arlene as well, I remember these 3 letters: the interoperability, clarity, and usability. Interoperability, it simply means, if I am to, based on my own understanding, it allows you to use the device rather can be used with all the major platforms that we are currently using, and clarity depends on means the device is able to deliver crisp images, sharp images, and then in terms of audio as well, the quality is very clear. And then usability, I can attest to this because I am not a techie person, but we are using a Tenveo camera now, and I can personally do the setup by myself. Ang dali niyang ikabit. USB lang, diretso sa port, gagana na. Yes. Okay. Elle, are you ready to do the product demonstration? Okay. Can we transfer the camera to our lobby, please? Once again, feel free to submit your question. We will try our very best to address them. Sir Ryan, we will get back to you in a bit. We have your question. Just for the information of everybody, we have a total of 172 participants joining us this morning. Okay, Arlene and Elle, they are just going to the setup. I think they are there already. Can you put that on spotlight, please? All right, thank you. So what you will see, this is our grand staircase. The camera is actually installed at the foyer of the grand staircase. So imagine the zoom functionality of the device that we are currently demonstrating. And the black thing that you see in front of Arlene and Elle, it's actually a speakerphone. Okay, Elle, go ahead, do the demonstration. If you could please demonstrate to us the clarity of the speakerphone and the clarity of the video as well that is currently installed at the foyer. Thank you.
So if you would notice, we are utilizing our video conferencing camera. So this is actually one of our top-of-the-line model. So this is actually a 20 times zoom. I've noticed kanina, no, may nagtanong, pwede ba siya ma-pan and tilt? Yes, actually. So as I mentioned earlier during my presentation and shown on the video, it can do a pan tilt zoom up to 340 degrees. So sabi ni Sir Mau kanina that we will be giving you a brief demonstration about our Tenveo video conferencing camera and a live tour dito sa aming office. So if you will notice, these are my colleagues. Okay. So say hi. All right. See. So just to say that this is actually not a video recorded, no? So another thing. Yes.
That's why every now and then may konting technical glitches so walang focus.
Yes. All right. So if you would notice the zooming capability of our Tenveo video conferencing camera coming from this angle or coming from this point are actually very seamless. I mean, it is very precise, particularly identifying the clarity of the images. So if you would notice, even the contrast and the color coding or the pickup of the colors of this camera is actually quite accurate for me. Okay? If you would also notice that the one that we have shown to you earlier is actually painting all the way.
Okay, can we zoom again, El, on the
Yeah, sure. So this is actually,
you could show them
yes, sure,
how
ma'am.
much zoom.
This is actually around, if I'm not mistaken at all, so mga magagaling mag-chapter dyan, so this is actually around 20 to 30 meters. If you will notice, let me just zoom it out. Yeah. All right. Yeah,
Very sharp. Yes, it's very sharp.
Yeah, I can even recognize the person na nakatingin doon sa painting, right? All right.
Actually, may name sila, kaya lang tatagal tayo kung papangalanan natin.
Yeah, it's very clear. For those of you who have been to our office and attended our tech summit or our events in the past, I'm sure you will know how far is our big LFD from this painting.
So I guess we can zoom out, El.
Yeah, and with the zoom out, if you would notice, yeah.
Sorry, if you could please show us the location of your other camera so that our participants would be able to really imagine the distance from the main camera that you are using now. Okay. Yeah, ipan mo lang, ipakita mo sa amin yung isang camera doon sa mga colleagues natin, no?
This is what we're using right now in terms of camera. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
So yan yung can you stop? Okay, all right. Okay. This is the main camera that was used by L earlier when he zoomed the painting, no? Okay, but we are using the other camera adjacent to located at I think nasa kaliwa. Yeah, nasa kaliwa ng camera to para mapakita namin sa inyo kung gaano ka layo yung camera from the painting. Okay, so Arlene, what we are showing them, this is this features a 20x zooming capability, right?
Right. This is the HD202U, which has a 20 times capability zooming. So the reason why we chose the painting, initial sana na gusto namin gawin now is kami yung magpapa-close up sa sarili namin eh. Kaya baka makita yung pores. Ganun siya ka-precise and ganun siya ka-accurate in terms of zooming in. So we chose the painting instead para mas aesthetically nice to look at.
All right, all right.
Okay, so what we're going to show you right now is some of you are asking, ano ba yung width or angle niya na kaya niya i-cover? Okay, so because we'll show you how far Now we would like to show you the angle that it can cover. So let's stand on the sides.
Sure, ma'am. Right?
Okay, so since the camera is here, of course the angle is a little bit shorter, but the more that you're going to zoom it out, the angle of course becomes wider. So the question now is how much can it cover if you're basically on the stage or if you are in a wide area? Approximately at a minimum it can cover up to at least 30 degrees. But like I said, for as long as you are going to set it up in a farther distance, then the angle is going to be, of course, much wider. Okay? So, L, am I right to say that?
Correct.
Tama ba mga angles ko dito?
Yes, correct. So if you would notice also, guys, itong aming distance actually together with Ma'am Arlene is nasa around 3 to 4 meters. Okay? So if you would notice, and then the distance din namin from the camera is actually around 5 meters. So kagaya na sinabi nga niya kanina, the more distance na lumalay mo sa ating camera, the more yung area na nakaka-capture niya. Okay? But rest assured na kung ano yung nakikita niyo currently sa ating images are actually optical zoom po yan. Hindi siya digital zooming. Okay? Let me just give you a konting overview ng ano ba yung difference niya. With the optical zooming po, ibig sabihin, real po yung kanyang resolution. Okay? While on the other hand, digital zooming naman po is possible na magkaroon ng pixelated parts yung ating images na nakukuha. Okay?
That's where our difference comes in. Some video conferencing cameras only offer yung tinatawag na digital zooming. Okay, we offer you true optical zooming. That's the difference. Okay? So another thing, please take note, we are in an open area. Okay? The problem in conducting discussions or doing talks in open area is yung clarity of voice. But using our A3000B, okay, which is a full duplex speaker, I'm sure that the clarity is assured, and this much open area can still be open. Right, Ed?
Yes, ma'am. Agree. So, yan po yung ating sa Tenveo video conferencing camera. Now, if you have questions po, particularly with our Tenveo video conferencing camera, please feel free to use our chat box or chat our panelists and let us answer those questions later on as we go back into our presentation po. Alright? So, as for now, we are now going with our Tenveo video conferencing speakerphone naman. Kanina pinakita namin sa inyo yung ating distance, particularly on the video conferencing camera from one end to another. So ito yung ating video conferencing camera. Lobby camera number 2. Hi guys. Alright. So now, ito po yung aming currently ginagamit na video conferencing speakerphone. Alright. So yan. So if you would notice, this is actually an A3000B. Okay. So let me just zoom it in a little bit. Yan. Okay. So this is actually very unique technology that I encountered. So as you would notice, this is actually powered by a internal battery that can last up to 4 hours of call duration time. Of course, it is also equipped with a button which gives you a mute and unmute rocker. Okay. Volume rockers. Answer and hang up, of course, the Bluetooth connectivity. And meron din siyang mga indicator dito to give you an insight kung ano na ba yung current scenario na. And right now, I think naka-highlight siya ng kulay red because of its battery. Okay? And meron siyang kulay green dito, indication that it is connected via Bluetooth. Alright, so what comes within the interface are actually very direct to the point. Ayan. Sorry guys, medyo ano yung lighting. Pero I hope that you can see it. Meron tayo dito kulay blue. So this can be directly connected with your workstation, and of course, meron din tayo ditong Bluetooth capability. That's why nagagamit natin siya even without connected with our laptop. Okay?
Can I have a question? Would the quality of the audio be better if it's connected directly to the power source?
Actually, sir, yes. Let me just answer to you that question. So with that regards, actually, when you are utilizing a USB connectivity with your speakerphone, actually it is one of the best utilization. The reason behind is because of the interference that we may encounter. Okay, so some of us are actually not familiar with the frequency, but just to give you a general information, actually Bluetooth is utilizing the 2.4 gigahertz. But due to our utilization of our access points, it may interfere somehow.
All
But
right, all right.
rest assured, sir, that when we utilize our Bluetooth technology or Bluetooth capability, within the 10-meter radius, we can still utilize optimum performance. Okay, so ibig sabihin, madidinig pa rin natin siya na clear, makakapag-transmit pa rin siya ng crystal clear audio and pickup sound.
All right. Thank you, El. Let me just clarify this to our participants. During the demonstration, you may have experienced some audio distortion. Again, please understand that what we are showing you, or we are doing the live demo now in an open environment. Okay, the audio conference speakerphone is ideal in enclosed environment or conference rooms. Just imagine if the room is you are in an enclosed environment, so the quality would be much better. Okay, El, while you are showcasing that device or that unit, there is a question from Sir Ryan. A300B also has noise cancellation feature. Can you please help us clarify?
Yes, thank you, Sir Mau. So, yes, the NE100 series actually also offers a noise cancellation technology. And of course, yung nga naman, the main difference with our top-of-the-line speakerphone is that it can pick up only in a few range. So that is around 3 meters, okay, for the sound, right?
Okay. Thank you, El. Are we through with the demonstration?
Yes. Actually, Sir Mau, when we go back there, if it's possible, we would like to showcase our technology, particularly the Tenveo setup, that even us here in our office, when we do video conferencing or when we do events, that we are utilizing the Tenveo camera. So we set up a certain camera for you guys to see our setup in our office.
All right. Thank you, El. Thank you, Arlene. We'll wait for you at the conference area. Okay. Yes, even before our launch, we have been using, if you've been attending our webinars prior to this launch, we have been using the Tenveo camera for quite a while already. I think if I remember it correctly, our first webinar, we did it last June. Am I correct, team? Am I correct? We did our event last June. Yep. We've been using this for quite a while already, and personally, I am so happy. I'm very much happy that we have been allowed by Sir Jimmy to use this in our webinars, as compared to other webinars wherein nakafocus yung buong mukha. Ito hindi pwede kang lumayo, pwede kang magsayaw, no? You can be more I'd say creative and dynamic with your webinars, no? And again, as I have mentioned earlier, because of the pan function, no, pwede ka talagang move from one location to another.
So with our first question, okay, so sagutin muna natin yung kay Sir Joey Estrella. Okay, so Sir Joey, thank you for that question. Actually, ngayon ko lang na-encounter tong question na to that it can be used with a CCTV also. Actually, with our Tenveo kasi, it is actually a web camera, parang siyang web camera peripheral, okay? Wherein you can just use it as a webcam with a pan tilt and zoom capability, but you cannot use it as a CCTV, all right? And of course, yung kay Sir Joey din kanina that can save videos during the meeting. So actually, kagaya na mentioned kanina ni Sir Mau, that when we do a certain video conferencing, when we utilize a certain platform, like for example, the Zoom, there is this button called recording. Okay? So ibig sabihin po, yung recording natin will be not coming from our camera, but will be on your platform instead. Okay? So the reason behind po kasi noon is, yung ating mga camera, it doesn't have an SD card or hard drive in it. Okay? So yung ating mga magiging storage is most probably on our workstation or on our laptops. Okay? So basahin ko rin, Sir Mau, yung mga previous questions. From Gerald Cruz, will the teleconferencing camera turn to the person talking? For example, you have 4 persons in a conference room. Will it turn from one person to another? Okay, so Sir Gerald, actually with our Tenveo video conferencing camera, it is actually very direct to the point, but it doesn't have that certain particular feature wherein it just can automatically turn around doon sa mga nagsasalitang tao. But you can control it with your remote devices. Okay, so actually moving around is just panning and tilting and zooming is actually controlled manually. Okay, wala po siyang automatic capability. Okay, so any other questions po? Darlene, that is a very interesting question. So knowing that Tenveo video conferencing camera, you are interested particularly on collaboration simultaneously. Actually, with this regard, yes, it can be connected in terms of the collaboration. There is this interface, as I've shown earlier, about the RS-232 and the RS-485 connectivity, wherein you can just do a daisy chain. Okay, sorry for the terminology. I may be too technical about it.
So, ita-translate ko yung
Si Ma'am Arlie na lang po
daisy chain.
mag-translate.
If you're familiar with Christmas lights, kasi malapit na Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay? So, daisy chain is like Christmas lights. So, series lang siya.
Magkaka-connect. Okay.
Magkaka-connect. Okay, go
And,
ahead.
okay, thank you, ma'am. All right. So, again, guys, napakita rin namin kanina sa inyo is about doon sa, with regards to the collaboration. One beauty of this technology is actually with the remote control itself. Actually, let me just show it to you on live screen. Yeah, I can actually show you our setup on this live screen. So if you would notice, I am only using one remote, wherein I can utilize one remote control 2 cameras. Okay. So, papaharapin ko siya sa akin.
So, ayan. Wala pong magic na nangyayari sa VST ECS.
Yeah.
Isa pong totoong setup to. Can we show where Mau is standing right now?
Yeah, sure.
So this is actually our webinar war room. So this is where the action actually happens. Yan.
Yan.
Okay. So, okay, there you go. So, that's the actual Tenveo camera that we're using right now, okay, for every webinar. So kung nakikita niyo yung mga pores namin and all that, it's because masyadong na-zoom.
Masyadong na-zoom. Yes, ma'am. So, yun. And as I mentioned po kanina, yun yung ano natin, when we do collaboration, particularly on utilizing it on a very large conferencing room, okay? And then there's another question dito na sinabi, does the A300B can work even if it's not connected on a laptop?
Actually,
how does it work?
It's A3000B.
Yeah, A3000B.
Yeah.
How does it work on a big conference room with 100 packs? Okay, so if you would notice earlier that our A3000B has this certain interface, possible po kasi siya makonektahan ng external microphone, okay? Which will also be supplied by the Tenveo. Okay, so meron siya doong two ports wherein pwede mo siyang i-wire coming from one point into another para magkaroon pa rin siya ng external microphone pickup coming from a distance. Okay? But with regards to your question kanina kasi is about 100 packs. So when we talk about 100 packs, we're actually dealing na sa around 50 square meter or so on. Okay? So ideally, what we can do here is just a simultaneous connectivity of the A3000B because we'll be honest with you, kapag marami na masyadong tao yan, kapag nagsimula na mag-ingayan, possible na hindi niya marinig yung nasa pinakalikod. Okay? So yun yung answer ko.
Because we need to emphasize also that in as much as all the products, all the speakers would have noise cancelling feature, it also has a limitation of covering certain radius or area. This is the reason why there are several ports at the back, wherein you could connect, as mentioned by earlier, that there are 2 ports for additional mic, and then there is also a port where you could actually include a Wi-Fi dongle. So how essential and how important is this? For those who are a little bit technical, you know the efficiency of connecting versus Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So if you want to cover a larger area, of course, it is very much recommended that you use the Wi-Fi connectivity instead of the Bluetooth connectivity. So these are the features that are basically, sabi nga natin, doon sa mga nagkakable and all that, yung mga technical, pero nakaabang. Okay, so there are abangers, the feature ni A3000D, simply because it's the optimum speaker that we have for now.
All
Well,
right.
anything else?
Yep.
We have 2 more questions. We have a question from Sir John Paul Villarreal. Is the remote control, can the remote control be used on both conference cameras and speaker? Is the remote control included in the package?
Very good question.
Yes, actually, that is a very good question. So as I've mentioned earlier during my presentation, there is actually this certain video that shows the interconnectability about the video conferencing camera. Aside from that, there is what's in the box. So what comes in the box actually is the remote control, or the powerful remote control, as I may say. Okay, so but with regards to your question, connectivity via remote control on the speakers. So sir, bali wala po tayong connectivity using remote control sa ating mga speakers, okay? So our Bluetooth speakers or our speakerphones are actually standalones wherein you can just utilize it manually. Similar po dun sa ating mga common peripherals like yung ating mga Bluetooth speakerphone that you can find on the market. So we stick to that because of its usability and interoperability. All right?
If I may add to that, I think the question is also, can you actually control using a single remote, 1 or 2 or 2 or more devices, 2 or more cameras? The answer is yes, because there are at the remote, may I borrow yan? So sabi ko nga sa inyo, live tayo dito. Walang focus-focus na nagaganap. So if you would notice here, okay, so syempre hindi na ma-zoom, inago ko yung remote nila, di ba? So pagtyagaan nyo na. So there are 3 pre-settings, 3 cameras.
Can you zoom that
Okay.
first? Can you zoom that
So
first?
there. Okay.
You zoom it, Arlene. You zoom it.
El, ikaw na mag-zoom. Baka ma-switch ko sa ibang camera. Ano ang makita nila? Ayan. Okay, so can you show the 1, 2, 3?
Okay.
Okay.
So yung na-mention kanina ni Ma'am
Yan.
Arlene is meron kasi tayo ditong addressing ng mga camera. So inline din ito doon sa question kanina na kaya ba nating yung collaboration. So possible kasi na magkaroon tayo ng 3 interconnected camera wherein you can control them independently. So we have this 1, 2, and 3 address of the cameras. Okay?
Okay. So there are pre-settings actually. Okay.
So another question naman is from Christine. Okay, so from Christine, here is her question. Hi, what are the system requirements for each model presented? Mac OS version, Windows OS version, and etc.
Very
Okay,
interesting question.
so actually that is a very interesting question, but let me just give you an highlight, ano? Okay? So actually, one of the major constraints kapag bumibili tayo ng mga web camera, even on the market, ano, kapag gusto natin ng sudden web camera na gagamitin natin, meron tayong constraint kasi kailangan pa niya ng driver, kailangan pa niya na ito yung inyong operating system. But the beauty of this technology or the beauty of this product, actually, it can be operated using Windows or even Mac. Okay? So, ibig sabihin,
So again,
yan.
ayan. Magdademo po tayo. Wala pong magic na nangyayari. Live na live po tayo. So we're using Mac right now.
Yes. Okay, so yun po yung ating interconnectability. So you can use either Windows or even Mac. Okay, hi Darlene, is there a minimum bandwidth allocation? Actually, particularly with the bandwidth allocation, it actually varies depending on our application. But with regards to our camera, kung ang constraint mo is magkakaroon ka ng bandwidth challenges on your connectivity, actually, there is not much problem. Kasi kung ano yung ginagamit natin dito na connectivity is via USB. Now, The main challenge kasi dito na siguro tinitingnan mo or the other perspective is yung ating bandwidth allocation, particularly when we conduct yung ating video streaming. Okay? So actually, there is not much a problem, particularly on the bandwidth allocation. But for sure, okay, so kung ano po yung ginagamit natin commonly doon sa ating bandwidth na webcam, nakabuilt-in sa ating mga laptop when we conduct our streaming, it is always the same. Okay? And then, question from Ruel Barredo, is the remote rechargeable with batteries? If batteries, what type of batteries can be used with this? Kasi ang battery niya is actually powered by, yan. Diba sabi sa inyo, hirap eh.
Ang hirap tanggalin.
Hirap tanggalin.
Ayan.
Yan, AAA.
Diba? Sobrang hirap.
Yeah.
Ang challenging yan.
All right. So it's actually powered by a AAA wherein you can use either way. You can use a rechargeable one or you can use a disposable battery. Okay? So it is very convenient for us. Again, kasi ang tinatarget natin dito is composed of 3 words. Again, ano yung 3 words natin?
Nakalimutan niya. I, C, U.
Okay?
Diba?
So
madaling tandaan, I, C, U.
okay, so
Kailangan
interoperability,
ganun din ang execution nyo.
the clarity, and of course, the usability. Of course, with Tenveo, we do not want you to be hard-headed or kaya naman is broken-hearted, particularly when you're operating your technology. So, napakadali lang niyang gamitin. And very common yung ating mga equipment kung gusto mo siyang gamitin. So, we uses a AAA battery to power up our remote control. Okay?
What is the maximum zoom distance? Arlene, if you could please highlight the various models that we have for, come here, for the video cameras. I think we have 4, we have 3, we have 10, and then we have 20.
In terms of mathematics, I'm sorry, I would need the mathematical skills of L to compute. So we currently have 4 models to be exact. Well, one is fixed, but honestly, I'm not recommending the fixed. Reason being is the zooming capability is not there because it's fixed, okay? But it's an existing model. And then the entry model that we're considering right now is the 3 times zoom. So the 3 times zoom is ideal for a 3 by 5 approximate size of a room. Okay, so that's a 3 times zoom, essentially because we would like to cover a small distance only. And then the 10 times zoom, you multiply that with probably about 3 times more. So if it's 3 by 5, then we could do something like up to 15 square meters to 20 square meters. And of course, the 20 times zoom, okay, the one that we use in our live demo. So for those who had been here in our office, so that's from our LFD up to the back of that. So that's like about, ilan ang sukat natin nun? No, that's rather huge. Okay, so medyo malayo siya. And if you notice, when we were zooming it, we were standing right in front of our LFD, yung aming large screen. And then kayang i-zoom yung portrait, yung picture at the back, even yung smallest details. Okay, in terms of the exact square meters, I leave it up to the technical, but we could send the exact meters. But these are estimations for your appreciation. Okay.
Please continue sending in your questions, and then as we are running out of time, we will definitely send you the data sheet of our product so that you will have a better understanding of the solutions that we offer, and so that you'd be able to recommend the appropriate model for your client as well. Again, this has been an interesting discussion. I have learned so much, and what I can attest, it's usability, because it's really easy to use, you don't need to be a techie to be able to really operate and utilize the products that we have just launched now. And if I may just mention this, which we keep on reiterating, there is a specific model depending on the size of the room. Again, it is for you and for us and for the client to make use or maximize the features of the product. Again, earlier, allow me to explain this. Earlier, there was a line, an audio distortion because the demo where we had it, the area is so open, it's so huge. So meaning the audio was not contained in a specific room as compared to an enclosed environment. So once again, on behalf of VST ECS, Tenveo, maraming salamat for joining us today. I hope you learned so much from the presentations. I learned a lot from just listening to and watching Elle present and Arlene. I hope you'd be able to, you can now start offering this products to your customers. And you feel free to use this as well for your own webinars, because I know, again, as mentioned by Sir Jimmy during his opening remarks, napakadaming webinars ngayon, no? And you can elevate, no? You can elevate the quality of your collaboration, online collaboration, by simply using the Tenveo products that we have. With that, this is Maurice Altar. I head the Marketing Communications Group of VST ECS, and together with Arlene's team and my team, maraming salamat po ulit. Stay safe. We will be sending you product information and the promo that we have just launched today. Maraming salamat. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you.